Okay, in this session, I'm going to explain how you will read the SAS dataset into SAS on demand. So you have to do this for your projects, okay? So there are 4 steps involved. The first step is you need to go to Canvas and download the SAS datasets into your own computers. That's the first step. Second step, you log on to SAS on demand. And then the third step is you would upload the SAS dataset that you have in your computer. Then you would upload that into the directory in the cloud in the SAS on demand. And then you would write SAS code to read that SAS dataset file into SAS. Okay? And note that SAS on demand, it works with files, both the data file and code file, only on the cloud. Okay? So you remember, on the first we have the data sets in the Canvas, and then you put the data sets into your own computer, and then you upload the same data sets into the on-demand cloud. You put that in because on-demand works only with the files that is on the cloud. Okay? Okay. Now let's go to the Canvas. Okay, I'm going to go to the Canvas now. Okay, so you go to click on the modules. So that's where all the course content, and then you keep going down, and then there is a SAS datasets for the assignment. You click on that. Okay, and then the first project is Ames Housing Data. And then extension, it says SAS 7B DAT, so the SAS dataset, that's what it means. So what you do is, you double click on this, and then this pop-up screen open up, and then you just say save as, and then save as, and then in your computer, whatever directory you want, you just put that in. I already put it in this directory here, and then you just say save, then it'll get saved into your computer. Okay, since I've already done that, I'm going to cancel out, but you would say save. Okay, so that's the first step. So then what you do is you just go to the SAS on demand, and I'm assuming that you've already set up your account, and you open up this through SAS Studio. And then here I have actually under the My folder, so it'll show up My folder. Then if you click the right mouse button and then new folder, so I have created a new folder called eCourse. Okay, so there are multiple ways to do this. I'm going to show you one way to do this. You don't have to exactly do it this way, but this actually works. So under my folder, I created a folder called eCourse. Okay, then the eCourse, and I click on the eCourse, so now that's highlighted. Then in that, then you click on this up arrow key here, that's upload. You click on upload, and then it shows you the name of the directory, this directory, home / your username / eCourse, and then choose files. And then now you will choose this file, this Ames Housing Data. That's a file you will choose and say open. Okay, and then what it'll do is it'll take this data set in your computer, and then it'll upload that into this cloud. Okay, since I've already done it, I'm going to cancel it, but you will just say open. Then what it'll do is it'll just upload that file in this directory. Okay, so you actually see the name of the file here, Ames Housing SAS 7B dat. Okay, and you see that's a lowercase, and whatever reason when I upload it here, I had to rename it to lowercase, otherwise it didn't work. Okay, so you may try it both ways, with the uppercase, and then you can change it to lowercase. Okay, so now I have the file here. Okay, so now the data set I have uploaded in the cloud, it's there. Now what I need to do is write SAS code in order to read this. So then in order to write the SAS code, you click on this button here, and then it says SAS program. Then you click on the SAS program, and then it gives you this, the template here. And then So these are the 4 lines of code, okay? And let me explain the 4 lines of code. These 4 lines of code will actually read this SAS data set into this SAS on demand, and you'll be able to read the file, and then you can start manipulating with that, okay? So these 4 lines of code, first let me explain the first 2 lines. And you don't really need to understand, all you need to do is just copy paste this code. It'll work for all your SAS data sets. This will work, okay? So the first line of code, it's called macro. Just like you are writing macros in Excel, you can write macros in SAS. But in this course, you will not write macros, okay? It's very advanced. You will not write it. But just for this purpose, I'm going to give you these 2 lines of code. That's all you need to know. The percent symbol, %let, that is a macro symbol, okay? So let, and then I'm defining. Let means I'm defining path equals, and the path here, if you click on the equals and then right mouse button and click on properties, and it shows you the equals is the name of the folder. Location, it says home / my username / equals, right? So that is the path. So you just need to put that path name here. So just %let path equals that directory, that folder name. That's what you're putting here. So you're defining your path equals this directory here, okay, of the folder. And then library name. And so this is like lib name is like a shorter name I'm defining for this folder. Instead of writing this big path folder name, I'm going to give a little nickname for it. And the lib name Orion is the nickname I have given, okay? And then Orion, and then I'm saying path, okay? So in the first line, I've defined the path to be equal to that folder name. The second line, I'm saying Orion is the nickname for that folder. Okay, so from this point onwards, this folder is called by the name Orion. Okay, so that's all the first 2 lines do. You just need to copy paste these first 2 lines of code, and that's all you need to do. Okay. And then from this point onwards, you can start working with the data. And then the very first line, after you do the first 2 lines, once you define the path, always in SAS, you would start with the data step. So here I'm saying data aims. Okay, so that means that I have got a data set, and the name of the data set is called aims. Orion is the name of the folder. Aims is the name of the specific data set I'm going to be working, okay? And then you always have a set command, set Orion.aims_housing. What that is I'm setting this data set aims. What is that aims is, I'm going to Orion, which is the folder name. Then the Orion dot means 1 step down in that folder. The name of the dataset is aims_housing. So that is the SAS dataset name. Okay, so you don't need to put the extension .SAS7BDAT. You don't need to do that. Okay, you just need to put the main name aims_housing. That's all you do this. Okay, so always in SAS, you start with the data step. So data aims, that's the name of the dataset. That's called aims. I'm going to call it the rest of this. In this code, aims is the dataset name, and the dataset equals, it goes to the Orion folder, and then underneath the Orion folder, aims_housing is the SAS dataset. And this aims dataset is exactly same as that SAS dataset under Orion. So the aims is just the nickname I'm giving for the dataset within this program. Okay? So that's it. So now aims is the dataset. That's it. So now I can do all the manipulations. You can do any manipulation you want with this data set now. And the procs, the procedure is called proc. And procs are the different manipulation, different algorithms, those different procs are different algorithms, or different subroutines, or different, process, okay? So proc contents means that I want to know what is the content of this data set, okay? And so I just say proc contents and then say run. And so that's all you need to do. These 4 lines of code, then there is a little run symbol here, and then you click on the run, and then it'll run, and then it'll produce the results. So now you look at that, you've got 3 tabs here: code, log, and results. If you click on the code, that's where we wrote the code. Log, this is where the log of what went on, what did SAS do, that's a log file, okay? And then the results file is this. This is where all your results will be. So this is the most important tab here, is the results tab. And this is where all the results will be shown, okay? So the contents procedure, so it tells you proc contents we use. So it says that the contents procedure, what did it do? It tells you the data set name, all these different information about the data set. The most important information on the right-hand side here, observations. There are 2,930 observations, or 2,930 rows in this data set. Variables, number of columns or the number of variables, 82 variables or 82 columns, okay? And then you don't need to worry about other things. And then it gives you the next down below, engine/host dependent information. So a lot of metadata about the data set. Don't need to worry about those. Then very important ones is in alphabetical order. Here, the table below here says alphabetic list of variables and attributes. So this is where all the columns, there are 82 columns in this data set. It gives you the column or the variable is the same thing. So the variable, that's a column name, variable name or the column name. The type, is it a character variable or numeric variable? The length of the variable, how many bytes? Format, what is the format of that variable? Okay, so I will explain all these things later on. Okay. But then this gives you, alley, bedroom, building type, basement condition, all these are all the different, variable names. It gives you that, okay? That's it. So when you say proc contents, it gives you a little summary of the data. So that's all it does, okay? So, so in summary, what we have done so far, we went to Canvas, then we downloaded the SAS dataset into our own computer. Then we went on to SAS On Demand, and then we uploaded the data into this folder. And then we wrote this code, 4 lines of code, to read that data into this SAS. So that's what we have done so far, okay? So hopefully you see this, before we have our first sync session, okay?